It's a day filled with powerful reminders of history, high-stakes diplomacy, and geopolitical maneuvers that could reshape the balance of power. From emotional commemorations in Israel to critical trade talks in Washington and tragedy in Indonesia, plus a deep dive into a strategic move by Pakistan that could shift India's security calculus, we have a packed show tonight. In Israel, a solemn day of remembrance, Israelis are gathering across the country today to mark the second anniversary of the 7th October 2023 Hamas-led assault, a day that left around 1,200 people dead and 251 others taken hostage in southern Israel. Commemorations are being held in small kibbutzim, devastated by the attacks, and a large rally is planned in Tel Aviv to renew calls for the release of the remaining hostages still held in Gaza. While the main state ceremony will take place on 16th October after the Jewish holiday of Simchat Torah, today's events underscore the deep scars that remain and the ongoing urgency of resolving the hostage crisis 2 years on. To Washington next, where Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is on his second trip this year to meet President Donald Trump as Ottawa tries to restart stalled trade negotiations. Talks have dragged on well past the August deadline set by both leaders, with little information shared publicly about what's holding up a deal. Canada remains the only G7 nation yet to finalize a trade agreement with the Trump administration this year. Still, officials in Ottawa say there's no rush thanks to existing carve-outs under the US-Canada-Mexico Trade Pact, but they are keen to get negotiations back on track amid an evolving global trade landscape. And in Indonesia, authorities have ended the search for victims following the deadly collapse of the Al-Khuzini Islamic boarding school in East Java. At least 61 people are confirmed dead after parts of the school in Sidoarjo caved in during afternoon prayers on September 29. Rescue teams worked for more than a week to recover those trapped under the rubble, but officials say the search has now concluded. The disaster has sparked a nationwide review of building safety standards in religious schools, many of which operate with limited oversight. And now to our World in Focus deep dive, a story with significant geopolitical ramifications in South Asia and beyond. Pakistan's latest overture to Washington could redraw regional power dynamics in the Indian Ocean. According to a report in the Financial Times, advisors to Pakistan's powerful army chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir, have floated a proposal for the United States to build and operate a commercial port in the Arabian Sea town of Pasni, a move that could give Washington a crucial foothold near some of the world's most strategically contested waters. The proposed port, estimated to cost up to $1.2 billion, would serve as a major export hub for critical minerals such as copper and antimony, essentially for everything from batteries to missiles. It would be linked by rail to Pakistan's mineral-rich interior and lie just 70 miles from the China-backed Gwadar port and about 100 miles from the Iranian border. Crucially, the plan rules out direct US military basing, presenting the project as commercial rather than defense-oriented, though the strategic significance is hard to ignore. Pakistan, however, is publicly downplaying the story. A senior security official told state-run media that any conversations were purely exploratory and not part of an official initiative. Yet neither the US State Department nor Pakistan's Army or Foreign Ministry has denied the report, leaving room for speculation about quiet but serious discussions behind the scenes. If true, the port proposal is just the latest in a broader diplomatic charm offensive by Islamabad since Donald Trump returned to the White House. Pakistan has already nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize, endorsed his Gaza peace plan, and explored partnerships with Trump-linked ventures. Offering a port is arguably its boldest attempt yet to deepen its ties with Washington and recalibrate its foreign policy. India too has reason to watch closely. Pasni's proximity to Iran's Chabahar port, a key Indian trade gateway into Afghanistan and Central Asia, could create a new triangle of competition along the Arabian Sea coast. Even without US military deployment, American commercial infrastructure so close to Indian waters could change new naval dynamics, forcing New Delhi to rethink its patrol strategies, surveillance patterns, and crisis responses. If the proposal moves forward, it could alter the region's power balance, strengthening US presence, reducing Pakistan's reliance on China, and even deterring future Indo-Pak maritime operations. For now, the plan remains uncertain, but Pasni could soon become the next flashpoint in global geopolitics. So that's all in World in Focus for today. Follow the Finance 360 for more.